Gordon Ramsay reunites with his former enemy, Marco Pierre White, and Heston Blumenthal for new BBC project The Rise of the Rockstar Chef. They were once sworn enemies, with Gordon Ramsay furiously declaring Marco Pierre White was the living person he dislikes the most. But now, the fiery chefs have reunited after putting to bed their years-long feud for a new BBC series, The Rise of the Rockstar Chef. The corporation has released a first-look image of the three-part series, which shows Ramsay, 59, staring into White's eyes as they're joined around a table by esteemed chef Heston Blumenthal, 60. It is the first time in over a decade the trio have been pictured together publicly.
An unlocked iPhone 14 for just $299? This renewed 128GB model gives you a vivid OLED display, 5G, and the freedom to choose your carrier. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/6 before it's gone.
The series will chart their rise to becoming some of Britain's most influential culinary figures on the global stage. As bosses tease, the trio will share candid testimony from their early days as budding chefs, as well as those who witnessed their expletive-filled fights, including renowned food critics. Catherine Catton, head of commissioning for factual entertainment and events, said, "Decades ago, Marco, Gordon, and Heston ripped up the rule book of British fine dining and changed the world of restaurants forever. I'm delighted they're reuniting to bring BBC audiences the truly extraordinary story behind their fierce rivalry, uncompromising ambition, and, at times, truly outrageous antics." The Daily Mail previously revealed the show, which is set to air this autumn, is being produced by Ramsay's production firm Studio Ramsay Global. Lisa Edwards, chief creative officer and executive producer of the firm, added, "90s and noughties nostalgia is at an all-time high for both those of us who were there and those that weren't. The heady mix of an uprising in fashion, politics, and music makes it a decade like no other." But there was another rock and roll revolution happening in the UK. It was the decade that really put British food on the map, led by the original Rockstar chefs, Marco, Gordon, and Heston. It's the story of rivalry and the pursuit of perfection, where the real heat was not just in the kitchen. Father of six Ramsay, a former protege of White, 64, was given his first big break by the celebrated chef at his restaurant, Harvey's in Wandsworth, southwest London, in the 1980s. Their close relationship was marked by a notorious, years-long feud involving intense professional rivalry and personal insults, stemming from an incident at White's wedding in 2000. He described Ramsay's behavior as unacceptable when he filmed for his TV show during the event and vowed to never speak to him again. In an interview with The Telegraph in 2006, he said, "I will never speak to him again. I gave him his first break in the business, and I believe strongly in being loyal to people who have helped you. Several things happened that I found completely unacceptable." But earlier, this year, White, who became the youngest British chef to earn 3 Michelin stars by 33, described Ramsay as a beautiful man to the male while heaping on praise. Previously speaking about his early days with White in his fly-on-the-wall Netflix show, Ramsay said, "Marco was brutal in an incredible way. When I started cooking, I didn't have a father that got me and my career. I had a father that told me, cooking was for women, it wasn't a man's job. Then I got into a kitchen with the first British chef ever to win 3 Michelin stars, the most prolific chef in this country, Marco Pierre White, and he was like, in fact, a father figure. He had this gift, this Picasso, he put food on a plate like no other." He added, "I was Marco's right-hand man. I went to hell and back every day for 18 hours a day, 6 days a week. But the skills I was learning was at a rate of knots. I became good very quickly, and he brought that out of me."